Hello and welcome to this very special episode of Out of Britain. It's brand new. I'm coming to you from a conservatory area, and luckily it's not so cold yet. So we are able to sit in a room which has some fresh air coming in. We don't need the heater. And I have with me some amazing young people. It's always so much energy when there are young people around. And right now they're really behaving themselves. But I have met them before. This bunch is a riot. The question I'm asking you guys, though, is being a student, a young person of Indian origin in Britain, or maybe a country in the West, it just happens that we are in Britain, does that mean an identity crisis? Because there's a lot of Indianness in the house, in the household with parents, but then when you're going to school, to college, you're trying to, may I use the word, fit in? Or is that an exaggeration, or is it an advantage? These are some things we're going to explore in this conversation. Quickly, let's do a round robin, introduce ourselves.
Hi, my name's Adi. I'm 18.
18, okay.
My name is Samyukta. I'm also 18.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Vignesh. I'm 23 years old.
Okay. I am Radhika. I'm only 16 years old.
I'm Sidhya and I'm 10 years old.
10 years old.
I'm Shushantika and I'm 11 years old.
Shushantika.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I'm Laksh and I'm 17 years old.
Hi, I'm Akshita and I'm 16 years old.
Okay, fantastic. So that's a range from 10 all the way to 23. Perfect, because that's an amazing age group to try and understand what young people are feeling when they are British Indian in the West. So who wants to go first? Is it an identity crisis that you feel sometimes?
Hi. So
Hi.
I've been in this country for more than 15 years. And when I first came here, I was 10 years old, and it was so hard for me to try and fit in. I would say the word fit in because where I grew up from, I was just speaking Tamil. I'm originally, my mother tongue is Tamil.
Mm-hmm.
And once coming here, the different language barrier, it was so hard for me to try and adapt to. And so over the time, it took me almost 3-4 years to get fluent. I'd say not fluent, but just to start speaking. And in school, there was a bit of difficulties. And yeah.
Did you face any racism?
Racism, I would say here and there, but for me, I would just dust it off and walk it off. But I know a lot.
So that means a yes.
Yes, to be precise.
Okay. Was there bullying or?
Bullying did happen, especially because once you're a new person in a new country, these people think they can sort of, I don't know, they're on top of you. And
so you did feel a bit
there was
oppression.
there was,
Okay.
but-
And that was 15 years ago, mind you. It can happen. Apparently it happens even now. I don't know. We'll find out. But hopefully much less. But
yeah.
Thank
but
you.
hopefully
Thank you for
now,
sharing that.
now is a lot better in my life, and it's good.
have you fit in?
I've finally fit in.
Yay! Okay. Well done.
yeah.
Well done. So you had to learn the language, pretend like you are someone who lived here and have always been
The
here.
thing is, language is just the first thing. There's so much more than the language. There's how you eat, how you dress, how you walk. There's so
The
much stuff.
topics you speak about.
The things you talk about, the
Yeah.
music you listen to, the
Yeah.
TV you watch, so much more. There's so much more than just the language.
Thank you for sharing that, Vig. So honest of you. I'm just trying to get an account. So Vig is first generation because you
First
lived
gen.
in India for some years. Anybody else who lived in India, or are you all second generation?
Second generation.
All of you? Everybody born here? Okay, let's go to you, Sam. What is it a strength, or is it sometimes living two lives?
So I was born and brought up here. I think having two different cultures can really be like a big strength because obviously you have all these festivals, you celebrate Christmas and Diwali and Pongal, and you have a much like richer life kind of. Yeah.
Richer life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happy people.
Yeah.
Okay. Adi, do you want to go?
Me personally, I didn't feel a need to fit in personally. I just kind of celebrated my culture, tried getting involved. Me personally, I didn't have any bullying, or I didn't kind of feel left out. But that's partly due to the schools I went to being majoritively Asian. So it was kind of a way of relating to other people. So for me, I just try to celebrate my culture and have a happy time.
Happy time.
Happy time. Happy time. That's all
And
we got.
it's a strength. You're happy to be. Are you? If you could choose, would you still choose to be British Indian in Britain?
100%. If anything, I've actually taken my friends from other cultures and let them show them Indian culture. So I've taken some of my can I say white friend? I've taken my white friend to an Indian restaurant before. He said it was a bit spicy, but other than that, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay. See, I would have given you an award if you said I took your white friend to India and had him eat. Yeah, that would have given. That would have been. Yeah, it'll come soon. Next program. Okay, you go.
I personally think me being British Indian has been my strength, as it allows me to have like a similarity with like other people. For example, in my school on Culture Day, I participated in our Culture Day showcase, and I got to lead a Bollywood dance. And not being biased, I think that was the best of all of them, and many people enjoyed it. And I think after that, everyone's just been going to me and like saying how they would like to participate, even if they're not Indian. And I think that's been a really nice thing.
Lovely. So, do you wear your bindi to school?
Oh yeah, I wear it every day since I was young. It's just been a tradition. I think without it, I feel a bit weird.
Lovely. And did people share comments? Did they any questions asked?
When I was younger, people did come and have questions. They were like, "What's that dot on your face? Does it have any like what does it mean?" But I've not faced anything mean about it. It's just other people being curious.
Yeah. And what does it mean actually? What does it mean to you to wear a bindi every day?
Personally, for me, when I wear my bindi every day, I feel like there's part of my culture, and it's also like something that's been passed down through my family. So I feel like I'm just like representing my heritage as well. And I don't know if this is right, but my mom's always told me that wearing a bindi is like protection and like from evil eye and like etc. So I feel a bit protected as well.
Ooh, fabulous! Thank you for sharing that. Before we go to Laksh, let's get the 10-year-old. Siddhi, what's up?
Being a British Indian, it feels good because like you can mix with like friends who are from Britain and Europe, as well as mixing with friends from India. But then if you just have friends from one kind of culture, it's quite difficult to fit in that way.
Okay. That's it. So you have more friends than British kids. Are you saying that?
I have more Indian friends, but I also have I have quite a good number of like European or British friends as well.
Okay, Laksh.
Yeah, so I think that being British Indian, I think overall it's been an advantage. I think...
Do you not feel like you're living two lives? None of you feel like it's... sometimes I'm confused. What's my identity really?
Not really. I think I get like the best of both worlds. Like Sam said, you get to like celebrate both festivals, and you get to basically like do everything that a normal white British person would do, but you also get to do more things on top of that. Personally, I have never like faced any racism or anything like that. So yeah.
Okay. Susie, you go first, and then I have a question related to the point that Vig spoke about, which is he said that obviously the life we live influences the conversations we have with friends, and English people don't have any pressure of catching up with Bollywood music and Bollywood songs and what's releasing in India. But you guys have to, because that's you. And your cousins would know otherwise. And you have to also know local stuff. So is it a lot more learning to do? That's something I'm going to ask. But Siddhi, are you happy and absolutely in a delightful place? Or do you feel confused sometimes with having to eat very spicy food at home sometimes?
It's kind of like a mix of both, as in like seeing like when I eat English food and then I come back home and then I see sambar or like paneer or curry. Most of my favorite foods are actually based like Indian foods. So my favorite Indian food would be paneer and then rotis. Sometimes I do get confused, as in like when I was a bit younger, I was like, oh, why are we eating this? Like, why am I not eating what my friends are eating? Like, their food looks much better and all that stuff. But now, like, I've adapted to it and I've realized it's it's part of my culture and my heritage.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like eating it, and I'm actually really happy with it.
Yeah, great. Thanks for that. So you've made peace with the fact that, yeah, this is my life. I'm going to come home to sambar and dal and paneer and rotis and spice. And at school, I eat what everybody eats. Okay, thanks for sharing that. We're going to slip into a short break. I'm going to ask you guys, what is the most Indian thing you do as a young person living here? But that's after this break. But there is more, because there are so many layers to understanding what really your identity is. And I'm going to ask these young people what their DNA feels like after this break. Welcome back. I am here with a bunch of young people trying to understand whether being Indian origin in Britain is hard for especially second generation, and 7 out of 8 here are second generation, and most out of the 7 said it's a greater advantage. But they also know that parents are watching this episode, so they're trying to be politically correct, am I not? And some friends moved around, and I can clearly not explain why the jumble up, but it's still the same set of fun people. And Susie has promised she won't giggle this time when the camera is on. Yeah, she's really trying hard. So while she finishes giggling, we'll go around to the rest to find out what is the most Indian thing people do. Who wants to go? Yes, go on, Avi.
Probably study for my exams. I don't know. No, probably either the food I eat or the movies I watch. Or,
What do you watch?
Well, my mum and dad watch Bollywood, so I watch it with them. So that's about it, I think.
Do you talk Bollywood with your friends?
Actually, I do, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
I have with my few Indian friends. I feel like it's something you can't miss out on.
Yeah. So with your Indian friends, but during your lunch break, when you're in a canteen or something, eating a sandwich, and you guys are sitting together, it's a mixed, diverse group, like many parts of London is. What is the conversation that you guys have? Anybody wants to take that? Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say it's more difficult with Indian movies because there's always different languages. And I feel like each region has different movies. But I know it's a bit off topic, but my Sri Lankan friends, they're really into it. They every time a movie comes out, they watch the trailers at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Literally as soon as it comes out, because obviously it's the same language. And I feel like they're more they can kind of relate to it more.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a bit harder because.
And maybe Asian friends. I know friends from Pakistan love to watch Bollywood a lot.
exactly.
Yeah.
I've even got like Somali friends who watch Bollywood genuinely. So.
Really? Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah. So it's all around the globe.
Yeah. I had a Persian van. He was a man with a van, and when I was moving homes, I happened to sit with him on the passenger seat, and obviously he saw my skin and he could say I'm brown, and he probably smelt paneer out of me, and he said he was from Persia, and he said, "Do you have Deepika Padukone's number?" he actually asked me that, and he had seen Pathan before I had seen Pathan.
At the same encounterance, I went to the movie with I went to the museum with my cousins, and we were just exiting out, and then I think she was East Asian, and she comes to me, she's like, "Oh my god, do you know Shah Rukh Khan?" And I was like, "No, but I'd love to."
What? You should just say yes. He's all the time at my place. We go and meet the Queen together when she was there, and now we meet the King. Okay, what is the most Indian thing you do?
For me, I think it'll probably be like herbal remedies or just like the natural remedies, like I don't know what's it called, ajwain seeds or omem seeds.
Yes.
It's great for like tummy aches and stuff. And then my like turmeric face pack.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
It's like an everyday thing for me.
Yes, absolutely. Do you do coconut oil for your hair?
I do. We have like the whole like oil setup thing that we do.
Yeah.
It's like a tradition.
It is. The most Indian thing you do?
Probably listen to Indian music and cook Indian food. I love cooking, and any paneer recipe you can give to me, I'll make it the next day.
Really?
Yeah, I love cooking, and especially I've been recently fusing like different cultures with Indians. I've been like making like Indian wraps and like mixed with like halloumi and stuff, and it tastes really good.
Chef in the making. New pop-up coming up in Victoria Station. Yeah. Okay. Susie. So I'm calling Susie because your original name is?
Shushantika.
And your friends call you?
Susie.
So who else has this story of
I do.
You do?
So everyone calls me Sam when it's fully Samyukta, but it's much easier to pronounce Sam. So
Yeah, same.
I always get Radhika, because you can't call me Rad, so there's Radhika. Anybody else? Addy?
Just Adi, but people, my friends call me Adi.
Adi.
Yeah.
Do they call you Adi or Adi? Or?
It's a mix between the two, but even back home, people like my aunties call me Adi as well, so it's not like a British thing.
Okay. No further complaints.
I mean, so my full name is Vignesh Ramesh Babu, and
That's what you call an Indian name, Vignesh Ramesh
so
Babu.
always, you know, on your school card and stuff, me and my Sri Lankan friends, we used to have like 2 lines just to have our full name.
Yeah.
So it would be like Vignesh Ramesh Babu on the next line. And my friends used to call me Babs from Babu.
Okay.
They turned it into Babs, so
Yeah.
that's
You're
my
used to
full
it
name.
now.
Yeah, I'm used
Yeah.
to Babs.
Okay. Yeah, it's cool. What's the most Indian thing you do?
I'd say it's just eating Indian food, and also
So paneer and roti, she already confessed.
and
And a lot of giggling while talking. It's so Indian. It's so Indian. Yeah.
and also we will mix anything with rice. Anything with rice. Anything with rice, and we'll eat it.
Yeah, of course. And with the hands.
Yes.
Please tell me you guys eat with your hands.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Probably going to India because that's where India is. So
That's where So you mean every summer vacation you're in India?
yeah,
Does that make you happy?
sometimes. Except like if there's floods in some places, or if it's too hot.
If it's too hot?
But otherwise, it's a really nice place.
Okay. We'll not discuss what conversations you have with your cousins just now. We'll wait for that.
Definitely eating Indian food, and I think like celebrating festivals as well. Like that's probably the most Indian thing I do.
Do you have, how many sets of kurtas do you have?
I don't know.
But do you have kurtas?
Yes,
Do you like
absolutely.
wearing Indian clothes?
Yeah. Whenever there's like a festival, of course I will wear
Yeah. Okay.
a kurta.
Okay.
So first of all, eating with your hands is it just gets the most. I think you're at the top of Indian level. So I got to a point where my friends. So I had a few friends. Do you know chicken and chips?
Yeah.
They were eating chicken and chips with like knife and fork. It was just illegal, but I made them eat with their hands, and most of the friends they follow me eating with hands. So watching a lot of Indian movies, listening to Indian songs, and yeah.
Do you guys talk Indian languages at home? And aren't you forced by parents to talk Indian languages at home? And is that a hard thing to do? Because it must be so confusing to switch languages, and then when you go back every summer vacation to India, your cousins are talking beautifully, and then parents could not always, but could go, see? That's why I tell you to keep talking local languages.
So
Yes,
at home we speak Tamil, but I have this thing where I can understand what they're saying, but I can't speak back in Tamil. I know it doesn't make sense. I don't know if like that's a me thing, but I've heard like some people are
Clearly
like
it's
that
not
as
just
well. But then if I go back to India, I usually pick up a bit more Tamil and Telugu as well.
Yeah.
And then with my grandparents, I speak to them in broken Tamil.
Yeah.
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 So tell me honestly, when you have so much more than what your other local friends have here, which is you're living a very Indian life at home, Indian food, Indian movies, music, festivals, just the culture of just being Indian, and parents being very different from what English parents could be. How does that influence the conversations you have or the person that you are? Are you feeling more enriched, or does it sometimes feel like you're living 2 lives? Do you want to go?
For me personally, I do think it's a big advantage having like these 2 sides of me, and they go quite well together in my everyday life. Like
So it can be that you're living 2 lives, but it's easy. Is that-
yeah,
It's
like
easy?
it's interchangeable. You go to school and you have like English cuisines, and then you come home to Indian food, and yeah, that's something I enjoy.
Yeah. Okay. Is it easy living 2 lives? If that's a good summary.
Sorry, I wouldn't describe it as 2 lives. It's because I don't think the cultures clash, to be honest, when I'm at school, and I think as you're talking about the conversations we have at school, I think anything sort of Indian that we do talk about is kind of the funny side. So we're talking about angry dads, like irrational mums being worried all the time. It's kind of
WhatsApp groups.
Yeah, WhatsApp groups. So it's kind of more like the funny, light-hearted side of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of my friends or I go into in depth about Indian culture or whatnot.
And that's not something that you're sensitive about. You learn to laugh at those jokes and you take those jokes well. Okay. I want to end this conversation with quick thoughts from you on if you could change something for the better, what would that be? Being as British Indian as you can be. But what is that one thing you would change? Would it be the holidays that you're often making to India? Maybe fewer or more often, or just lesser pressure from parents, or letting you choose your own hobbies or subjects? What would that be? I'll start with you.
Personally, I don't know what I would change.
I know you won't change taking the bindi.
Oh yeah, I do love my bindi. Because personally, I think my parents have allowed me to pick what hobbies, but of course they would try like push me in directions they would want, like maths or like computer science.
See, the other day, I was having this chat with Laksh, and Laksh said, "Push." Yes, first he said push, and then he said, "Encourage me, direct me, guide me."
I would 100% agree though, because I think fortunately I was really interested in IT, and I think my dad was so happy. He was like, "Yes, finally!" And
work to do,
and then after hearing like my interest in IT, they definitely like pushed me along that line. My dad like opened opportunities, and like I think that's pretty good.
Okay, all good. Anything anybody wants to change? Let's go with you, Siddhi.
I don't want to change anything, but if I can make it better, it would probably be adding different like festivals, not just one like every month, but maybe fewer, because you have like one every month if you see it.
You have another.
I'm so sorry, Radhika. I've got one message for all the parents. Okay, so no one.
He really has a lot.
So this is something that I've learned, and I would like all the kids to not having to go through with this. So no one's gonna teach you about money in life. They just sort of expect you to finish your uni or whatever, just get out in life and sort of deal with it yourself. But I just wish if my parents taught me about how to save money, how to invest with money, how to do things with money. It would have helped me out a lot in life, but I just had to go through that on my own, go through the struggles, ups and downs, and now I'm at a point where I had to learn it myself. So I just wish if the parents would teach about the money subject a lot sooner than coming out of uni or school.
Which probably is also the unconditional love they have, isn't it? Where they feel like, let him enjoy or let her enjoy. That doesn't have to go through the struggles that we did. So we won't give the whys behind why you need to save money. So that's a great thought. And Indians are so good with their money because Shaunaka Rishi, who is a professor at Oxford University, who's done a lot of research on Indian living in Britain, says always that British Indians, especially from the 70s and the 80s and even till until recently, know one thing, and that is to put their head down, work hard, focus, perform, save, buy property, pass it to children, but perhaps also teach that trick of how to save money to children from WIC. And so many lovely thoughts from all of you. Thank you guys for sharing those with us, and keep being British Indian and keep watching those lovely Indian movies and be the initiator of those conversations in the canteens and cafes. Thanks very much. If you have thoughts and comments to share, pop them below. And thanks very much indeed for joining us. Radhika Iyer signing off. Sorry. Yay!